What does the phrase "the bigger the base, the higher in space" reveal about market dynamics in 2023?
Yeah, because I think we're going to get to a place depending on what this Fed cut is. If you look at, let's say, Intel, I know I picked on Intel for a long period of time. If we look at the chart, they are at levels from 2008, 2009.
Nasty.
If you truly believe that the government giving them money is going to help long term, this would be a good place to begin to build a base in this company. Building a base is just buying a bunch of shares at a certain price and then expecting it to go up for 4 or 5 years later. Intel, I don't think will do that. But I think when we're having these moments of consolidation and people are being afraid if the rate cuts are going to happen, find an asset that you like that is distressed in the same fashion, buy a bunch of shares at a particular price, give it 4 or 5 years to go up, and it'll be A-okay. Now, NVIDIA, they are over-indexing on AI. They are the main supplier in the AI space, so that's why I say Intel won't do well. But if you look in crypto, if you look in small caps, you may be able to find a company that is not moving incredibly fast and then be able to buy a bunch of shares at that price, and in 3 or 4 years, it's going to go up.
Yeah, it reminded me of kind of what we talked about last week, when you see downturn, on the other side of that is potential gains.
Yep.
So the longer that a company trades sideways, and some of these companies are really good. Like a lot of times people will look like, well, isn't that a good company? Yes, it is a good company.
Yeah.
It's just consolidating right now, right? It's trading sideways. But on the other end of that is that when it's down like that or it's trading sideways, there's going to be, if it's a great company, the potential growth there is there. And so you have a growth stock that'll perform well. But it takes discipline, it takes seasoning, and it takes patience.
It does.
Right? Because when you see an NVIDIA go up 143%, or you see Supermicro go, you're watching these things and you're like, wait, I'm missing it. And sometimes the wins are in, let's talk about Apple.
Yep.
Just 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It was why is it not moving? Why is it not moving? Well, it was consolidating, and obviously the pandemic happened, and then boom, Apple goes on a run.
Yep.
Amazon has done it before too. So solid companies will consolidate. Sometimes it'll take 5-6 months. I know people are looking at Google like same. Is it
Give
a
it
strong
time.
company? Right.
Give it time.
Just give it time. When it's in a consolidation phase, realize that there's going to be an upside that you can have extreme growth in. So just be patient.
Patience always pays, but you have to do it in a quality company.
That's the key.
Well, all right. Okay. Well, with the another round of downward revisions in Friday's jobs report, what are the underlying economic trends, and how do these adjustments impact the Federal Reserve's outlook on rate cuts?
If they're gonna lie about the job numbers for all this time, at some point he's gonna have to, and he's in a tough spot because if he makes it 50 basis points, like you said, inflation goes up. If he does nothing, the market could slide down. The truth is, in 22, they should have just announced recession, let us go through it for a year, and then we find a way to recover. When you keep kicking this issue down the curb, it makes it even worse. And I think that job number, that 800,000 that got revised, I think that's probably even lower. I mean, lower than what it should be. It should be probably 1.3, 1.5. So I don't even know many employers who want to hire.
But you need that. If you need that, right?
Yeah.
You need less people to have jobs, right? You need to see inflation. You need these things in order to say now this is justifiable for a cut. So like we said, like that's the unfortunate part. Like people are not going to have jobs.
Yep.
But that's part of the process that's needed to make sure that this is a soft landing. I would say this.
Soft landing for who? The 1%. Like you think Larry Ellison is begging to spend money with Jensen?
No, he's not. No.
So to hire more people,
the overall economy.
Got you.
Right. So in that sense, I think he's done a really good job because it looks super unlikely that this could happen. In fact, we were on here saying, I don't know how this happens. It's a recession.
I mean, if I tell you it's not a tiger in the room and it's a tiger in the room, that's a great way to have a soft landing.
Also true.
Yep. He did what he was supposed to do.
He did what he's supposed to do. And at this point, we're going back. We're going, rates are high. Rates have been cut. They're getting cut. They're going to get cut Wednesday. We'll see what the number is. But November is going to happen. December could happen.
Yeah.
So you see a pathway to 3% to 2% eventually. I don't know when that happens, but you can see that we're not going up. How's that?
If rates go to 2%, then how much more do housing costs go up? 35%.
I really don't know how people are going to afford homes.
I don't either.
Yeah. And I know that's a part of, the debate last week, housing and housing credit. I'm looking at home prices, and shout out to everybody that's looking for a home right now. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know how. $1,200 square feet, $650,000
minimum.
and people are paying cash.
Yep.
Overpriced, $700,000. My next door neighbor is selling $665,000, 1,250 square feet.
That's crazy. But hey, what do we know?
How do you like? Right?
I don't know. And mortgage applications, tough. Debt going up higher. Debt servicing is still high. Auto loan crisis in terms of payment. Like, it's a lot of normal cars that are going for $2,200 a month. That's like $2,200 back in the day was a Bentley.
Yeah.
It's like, what? The Honda Genesis don't look that fucking good to pay $1,900 a month. Like, we're in a big financing crisis and no one wants to say anything, and it's not going to make things better. I think we should have ripped the Band-Aid off, had surgery right away. But
Keep investing.
yeah, you have to stay invested for the long
Keep
term.
investing.
Have to.